And we're back with the next part. I think it's part 3, but it has been a couple days since I recorded this because that allergy stuff I was talking about turned out to be a cold. So, yeah, I've kind of been, you know, in and out of really wanting to record this and stuff. So, only just now am I getting back to it, but here we go. This is what we accomplished in parts 1, 2, and technically 0 because we had to pick out the colors. So, we had the entirety of the head. And yeah, I'm back to my regular lighting slash kind of area because, well, for one, it's daytime, so I have the daylight, and um, yeah, that. Alright, so we're going to continue on with the body. I think this model has definitely been one of the hardest models I've ever sculpted on a tutorial because I don't remember really having to start over so many times. I know with Mighty, I started over. I think it took me 2 times to get Mighty right, but this Spike, even off camera, I was kind of testing some ways to make the shirt and stuff, and I kept messing it up. I mean, I don't know if it's just because I haven't sculpted anime clay models and, like, again, the kind of the human-like body and stuff. Because even Fox kind of has, distinct cartoon character clothing and stuff. So I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, we're gonna get this dark blue for the body, and we're gonna form it into. I guess we're kind of form it into a triangle, kind of like a. I don't want to say a cone, but something that looks kind of like this. That shape. Might want to make it a little bit longer. Maybe like that. That's good. But we're not going to use that quite yet because we're going to get this kind of neon yellow. And we're going to make the collar for Spike first. And to do that, we're going to roll this flat. Might need Spike to kind of measure this up. But we're kind of going to do that. And then I'm going to fold that back. Fold this back, pinch it off, and then kind of work midair and kind of point it like a collar. So we folded it, kind of rolled it back again, and then pointed it, flatten, that type of thing going on. So with that, we essentially made our collar. I'll put this on Spike. So we get this, kind of going all the way around, which is good because that's what we want. I'm going to flatten this a little bit. Cool. So here we go. Alright, so that's what's up with that. And now we can kind of put them on to the body, like this. To do that, we're going to need a toothpick. Put a toothpick through his neck. Careful not to kind of squish anything. So we got that. And then I might indent this just a little bit, kind of, so there's a dip in it. Because I just always think it's really kind of awkward to have, like a collar or whatever, so high off of where, like, the chest should be. So we can kind of put that in right where the dip is, right with the toothpick. And it should be something like this. It should look like this from the back. Alright, so just as kind of a nitpicky thing, I'm going to kind of flatten the back so that we have an equal distribution of kind of the yellow all across his backside. And now you can see the toothpick and we got this little dip here. Well, this is good because we can easily fill that up with some clay, with some yellow clay. So just take enough and kind of just push it in there. Make sure the collar doesn't get in the way. But yeah, see all this yellow in here? This is a note of caution. That again with the dark and light color thing. So I guess I just didn't do a good job of kind of getting it off of my hands. And this is probably more crumbly because it's kind of been sitting out in a bag, not really put away for a few days. But be careful of that. What you could just do is kind of, I don't know, just like, I guess, rub it in. Or just kind of put a little bit of blue clay over it, or just kind of pinch and then, pull back. But, yeah, be careful of the colors mixing. I'm going to push this all the way up here, kind of bring it down. And now I'm kind of going to connect the collar now that this part is looking good. And that's what we got. So this is what we have so far, and it's going to look a little bit better. You might say, well, the yellow is kind of overpowering the blue, but it's going to look better as we add in the detail and stuff. So first off, I'm going to do the little tie that he has. So this requires some black clay. It is pretty easy. We're just going to make a really thin piece. Start it at the bottom of the yellow and put it until kind of where the collar is. And then we're just going to take another piece and kind of put it under the collar. You know, you don't need to put it all the way around, but just you can kind of lift the collar up and put it, you know, under enough so it looks like it's going under. And then you kind of want a little casual, you know, undone tie like that with a little point at the top. And there's the tie that Spike has. Before we move on to the arms, we have some detailing to do to the shirt, which I think this actually is a pretty good size for the body and stuff. I was in debate on whether or not I wanted to go back, but so to do that little kind of opening he has in his shirt, we're going to make a triangle, kind of like this, a little bit curved. It might help if you actually kind of measure first, but I didn't really measure, but I think we'll still get an okay result. Maybe. Nah, I should probably go back. So pretty much, this actually might be an easier way to do it, is Spike has that kind of little, you know, part of his shirt that's opened, I guess. So I'm going to take the clay about where the collar is, kind of right there, and I think it actually does go all the way, does it? Man, I'm kind of getting confused. I guess it does go all the way around, kind of to this side. So I would start about right here on him and wrap this all the way around to where the collar is. And now, or maybe a little bit lower. A little bit lower. Should probably be okay. And now, I'm kind of going to push it down and extend it so that it points like that. Hope you guys kind of saw that. And essentially, it's just going to create that, again, little opening in his shirt that he has. So I think it's pretty good. That's pretty good for there. Like how that looks. We do need to add a couple more blue kind of lines down there, but I don't really want to do that right now. I might save that for when we get down to the legs. So I think I'm actually going to end this part at only 7 minutes because we essentially did complete the body, which I said I wanted to do, and I'll start the limbs next round. So next part is the arms.